Hello and welcome to Cats Meow Designs. Today we are going to be completing episode 2 of our Luau Dream series, and we are going to be talking about a crocheted purse. So I actually made this as my first piece because I wasn't really sure if I wanted to create a whole outfit. But this is the item that made me want to create a whole outfit just pretty much around this purse. Um, I was randomly looking on the internet and I found this inspirational photo, and I instantly fell in love and knew that I had to make it. The only problem was at first I could only find the finished bag and I could not justify spending $70 for this bag at this time. So I tried to find a similar pattern and I had a hard time at first, but then I found one that was close enough that I could get it exactly how I wanted it and in the color that I wanted it. So I pulled up some yarn that I had left over from a project I had did a long time ago in a blue that I thought would go with pretty much anything. As it turned out, this yarn goes perfectly with the fabric from the dress that I made, if you have seen the first episode in this mini series. And so today I thought I would talk a little bit about the bag and how I made it, whether I would recommend the pattern or not. And as always, if you are interested in making this bag, then there will be the link for the Etsy pattern down in the description box below. So without further ado, let's take a look at this beautiful bag. Okay, so here is the bag, and look at all of these beautiful pearl details. It looks just like a seashell. It has D-rings on each side so that you can attach and unattach any strap that you like. It has a felt lining in it for added ease and to give it a little bit more structure. And the optional thing I added was this magnetic clasp. The original pattern called for a zipper, but with how I was making this one, a zipper was going to be a little too difficult. And so I opted for that instead. I did do the pearls on both sides, and I just love how this bag turned out. So let's talk about this pattern a little bit more. So this particular pattern is by Victoria Malik Design. Hopefully I said her last name correctly. And this pattern actually comes from Turkey. So at first I was a little concerned based on how I know the US crochet terms and basically the rest of the world. I did run into a couple problems, but I'm pretty sure that was just user error. But it was easy enough to understand. Some of the terms for the pattern itself was different than I was used to seeing based on US terms. But like I said, it's basically double crochets. And so I would consider this kind of a user friendly item. Now, I did make some changes because the original pattern calls for a paper like yarn. I'll put the name of the type of yarn here on the screen for you. I have never worked with that type of yarn, and because I was on a budget, I didn't really want to buy a new type of yarn that I've never worked with, and I didn't even know that if I would like it. I figured if it was regular acrylic yarn, then I would easily be able to wash it if I need to by hand or what have you. So I opted for, as I mentioned before, yarn that I already had, but I also ran out near the end. I was so close to being done. So I did have to go and buy some more yarn. If you are interested in using the same color that I did, I used the Big Twist yarn, and it is in the color of Sapphire. Now, for attaching the pearls, I did have to do that by hand. One of my only complaints for the pattern is it does not tell you at all how to attach the pearls. I guess it's up to your creative ability and how you feel like you want to attach them. I did not feel confident putting all of the pearls on before I started crocheting because I didn't know how many I needed. So I bought some embossing thread that was about the same color as the yarn. And in case you were wondering, it is the DMC 25 embroidery floss and the number for that is 3844. It looks something like this. And so it was really, really close color wise. And so I knew that I would be able to tuck it into the back of the stitches and it would not show through. Now for the size of the pearls, I bought this Hildy and Joe little package. I actually had it from a previous project, but the 6mm pearls, that ended up being the perfect size. In my opinion, for this pattern, I would not go any smaller or any bigger. And I did both sides of it pretty much in one evening. I attached the pearls. So that wasn't too bad. Now, because I used regular yarn instead of the paper plastic yarn that they recommended, it did need additional structure. Otherwise, it was kind of floppy, which is why I took and added felt for the inside instead of using a regular fabric. But if you wanted to, I'm sure that you could use regular fabric, maybe put some uh, woven or some fleece interfacing on it to give it that extra sturdiness. But I just wanted to make sure that it was as sturdy as it could be. So I actually used the stiff one instead of the more flexible one. Something that I do like about this is if you look at the bottom, it has some shape. So it's not like a flat purse. It does have more room in the bottom than it does in the top. It's going to be perfect for placing my phone and maybe a pen or whatever I need as I go around the party to keep everything with me. This purse is in just a smidge too small for me to use as a regular purse. My wallet is actually wider than this purse is. But all in all, I would recommend this pattern. Now, something that I did not realize until after I had bought the pattern is if you are a video learner, like I am for a lot of things, she actually has a pattern on her YouTube channel. However, if you are more drawn to the written type patterns, then that is where you can purchase it on Etsy. I feel like the price point for this bag, especially when I got it, was really, really reasonable. And it is something that I'm actually going to make a couple more of these and maybe make some that are even bigger. I don't know. But I do. I absolutely love this bag. And it really started the excitement for me for doing some other fun things for this upcoming luau. So that is the end for this second video. Thank you so much for joining me today. In the next video, we are going to make some jewelry that has some seashells, and we're going to talk about this whole experience of making this entire outfit, basically from head to toe, for this luau. So be sure to keep an eye out for that video. I'll see you next time. Bye!